My name is Braxton Broussard. This is my philosopher presentation, and my philosopher of choice was St. Augustine. Who was he? St. Augustine was a North African bishop. His beliefs helped shape the world of Western Christianity. He is widely considered one of the most influential teachers of antiquity. He blended ideas of Christian theology with ideas taken from philosophers such as Plato and Plotinus. Augustine's ability to blend his beliefs within Christianity allowed him to defend the Christian faith due to his knowledge of both theology and philosophy. Augustine's influence reached great Christian leaders such as Thomas Aquinas, Martin Luther, and John Calvin. Why is he important? Augustine was important because many of his beliefs widely influenced Western Christianity. His bridge of philosophy and theology influenced more people to believe. In this process, he reshaped philosophy from a Christian perspective while defending the faith and serving as an apologist for Christ. His ideas have influenced many of the beliefs that we hold today, and they have influenced some of the greatest leaders in the Christian faith, such as Martin Luther, the Reformer. Faith and reason. Augustine used both faith and reason in his defense of the Christian faith. He also uses rational arguments to establish the existence of God and to clear the way for faith. Augustine's use of both faith and reason allowed him to defend the faith by proving the existence of God and opening an opportunity to lead people to the faith in the God that he proved to exist. Faith in God's existence gives us the framework for our belief system, which will allow us to reason correctly. This is why Augustine believed that faith comes first, that in order to understand the world, you first must believe. That's in order to have complete wisdom in the world that we live in, you first must believe that God exists, and then from there, true reasoning can be accounted for. Evil and human nature. Augustine's belief in evil is very important because he believed that evil was not a substance, but rather it was the absence of good. Similarly, it is how the Bible tells us that darkness is the absence of light. That's what it tells us in Ephesians. This presents his argument that God created everything good, and in our rebellion and turning from God, the results is evil. Augustine also believed in human nature. Humans are rational beings. However, because of our fallen nature, we are inclined to selfish desires. Augustine believed that sin was a result of disordered love. True freedom is a result of choosing what is good rather than what we want, and good is only found in God. So this disordered love, we begin to love the things that God created, his creation, rather than the creator himself, God. And that's when this disordered love comes into play because of our selfish desires and our sin nature. Okay, so time. Augustine believed that the past no longer existed. The future did not yet exist, and the present was all that was real. Time is constantly passing, and time is experienced in the human mind through memory and expectation. Memory of the past and then expectation for the future. In other words, the present is the only thing that truly exists, while the rest of time is something in the mind of humans. Political philosophy. In Augustine's famous work, The City of God, he argued that there are two symbolic cities. The city of God is the people who have chosen to love God above anything else, and the earthly city is the people who are driven by self-love and worldly ambition. Augustine believes that earthly governments bring order, but they cannot bring ultimate fulfillment because that is only found in God. And they also cannot bring ultimate justice because that also is only found in God. So it's this constant wrestle between the city of God and the earthly city. In conclusion, Augustine of Hippo was one of the most influential philosophers within the Western Christianity. His beliefs about faith and reason, evil and human nature, time, and political philosophy are still widely studied by Christians today. His beliefs challenge others to believe in God, but also provoked debate about what people truly believe through his defense of the faith. His works have influenced some of the greatest leaders of the Christian faith, and his works continue to shape the world today. Thank you so much for listening. Hope y'all have a great rest of your day. Bye-bye.